Hello everyone, it's Oliver Harper here, and I'm back once again with Rob Hill, aka the Bad Movie Bible, and stand-up comedian Nick Helm for another audio commentary. And this time it's on Under Siege 2 Dark Territory. So Rob, are you excited for some more Sigal?
I am. I fucking love this movie.
Yes. Good stuff.
So does Nick.
Yeah, what about you, Nick? You didn't sound too enthusiastic after the last commentary when we mentioned we were doing number 2. You're like, oh...
I mean, if he'd have stopped making films at this point, I probably would have had a bit of a soft spot for him. But
yeah, this is the descent now of Sigal, I think.
Well, they kind of undo quite a lot of what was good about the first one, I suppose. But yeah.
Okay, so before we get started, just to let you know, our latest episode of Genre Drome is available as Rob, Stuart Ashen and I watched The Revenge of the Sith. You can find a link to the show and episodes below. Now, if you wish to sync this podcast with your own copy of the film on DVD or Blu-ray, put the timestamp to 0 on your copy and press play now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Casablanca. They've got the theme tune to Casablanca here. That's that bodes well.
It's not worthy of being attached to this movie.
What was I've tried to recall when the first time I kind of heard about this film. I think I was going in to see Apollo 13, and then I saw a big cardboard standee for number 2, and I was like, oh my god, I've got to see this film. And then you see in the corner the BBFC rating, an 18. It's just like, you bastards. And I watched it again last night, and I was like, this film doesn't need to be an 18.
No.
15. Okay, 15. That's what it is. It's a 15 rated movie.
All action movies that are 18 could be 12s if you just took out a couple of fucks here and a couple of violent moments there.
A couple of headbutts, you know.
Yeah. Well, Terminator's a 15 now, isn't it?
The Terminator, yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, The Terminator.
The Terminator, yeah.
Please give him his proper title, Nick.
Yeah. But the opening of this movie, it's like, oh, is Sigal going into space? No, it can't be. It can't be.
That was his plan for Under Siege 3, wasn't it? His concept he came up with in the mid-2000s was Die Hard in Area 52 with aliens, or Area 51, can't remember what it is. And yeah, it'll be about aliens.
Under Siege 3, Leprechaun 4 in space.
We've got a different composer for this film. We've got Basil Podolaris.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a good score, this one. It's a little bit of kind of the bits of Starship Troopers in there, a little bit mixed with some kind of like traditional military stuff.
Yeah, what else did he do then?
Robocop, Total Recall,
Oh,
Conan.
wow, right, okay, right.
Yeah.
The man's movies.
Exactly. Proper men. We've got some... this film does deploy a lot of jerky kind of slow-mo, where they haven't shot it in slow-mo, they artificially slow it down, so you've got this kind of weird juddery frame rate, and we see a couple of shots already with the spaceship in above the Earth, just a bit, you know, slow and ponderous as it moves around. And we have some somewhat dated CGI, I think dated for the time. They look a bit unfinished. It's like a PS1 cutscene. This satellite opening.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
I mean,
nothing stands out. There are some effects shots that really stand out in this movie, in both the good ways and bad ways. And nothing's happened yet that's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, like Event Horizon is terrible CGI, but it doesn't affect the film. Here he is, Kurtwood Smith.
Bitches leave.
I've got a feeling you're out of sync with us again, Nick.
Oh, no.
No? Or is it me who's out of sync?
Now, you said, Rob, in the previous commentary that you went, the guy with a cigarette, he was on number 2, and you were correct. So 3 actors return for Under Siege 2.
Yeah, I came across
This is the guy that can't smoke, right? So
yes, and he continues to smoke badly, and he looks a bit like he's sort of like a distant relative of what's his name? The guy from The Wrestler.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Yeah, he does have he could be Mickey Rourke's brother.
He looks a bit like what's that silver guy called? Out of Time Cop.
Oh, not Henry.
Is it Ron Silverman? No.
Ron Silver, that's it. Yeah, no, Ron Silver.
Yeah, Ron Silver.
I think.
She's from Hot Shots Part 2.
She is, yes. I've had such a crush on her. Brenda Back.
And Kurtwood Smith is from Rambo 3, and that's the one that they're spoofing. So
Yeah. And with it, what was the other thing, the connection? Well, sort of, no, I was going to say, because the director of this, Jeff Murphy, directed Fortress 2, Re-Entry,
Yes,
which the sequel to the first film, which had Kurtwood Smith in it.
So this is the gratuitous nude shot for Under Siege 2, because this is the Erika Eleniak replacement, isn't it? Because they want to get some tits in there, but it doesn't fit the story. So they've just gone, let's get some tits in the first 5 minutes and get them dealt with, and then we can spend the rest of the film focusing on just one tit, Steven Seagal.
Yeah, it's because I think, wasn't it the sort of, Robbie, you had mentioned in the previous commentary about the casting process of this because of the sort of Seagal's kind of like,
Yeah, this is one of the big dodgy casting couch moments of Seagal's career with Jenny McCarthy, who I don't know who she's meant to have played. I wonder if it's this role that the Brenda Back is playing, because she would have been too old to play the niece, but she came in to be auditioned by Seagal, and he said, "I need to see you naked." And she said, "But there's no nudity in the film." And he said, "The nudity is going to be off camera," which I think is a chat-up line. And she said, "If you want to see me nude, then buy my Playboy," and stormed out.
Oh God!
Wow, she was cast in this role here. I mean, she wasn't a good enough actress, I don't think, to fulfill the role of some sort of FBI agent.
No, it's hard to see. Yeah, I wonder if it was just a pure scam. Maybe this is just what Seagal does. Hey, you want to be in my movie? And yeah, oh fucking hell, that's ropey, isn't it?
And we got some again. The guy's continually trying to smoke convincingly, but can't pull it off.
Yeah, even the smoking is shit in this film.
He does it too quickly.
Where are you two up to? I've just realised I've been playing this at 150%. That's why I'm out.
6 minutes. 6 minutes 02.
6 minutes too. Lovely.
Well, I'm on 6:07, but I guess the seconds keep counting, don't they? Right. So we've got our first chef of the movie.
Yeah, and one of Seagal's best intros in any of his films here as well. The close up he gets.
Oh, look at him!
Look at it.
Gorgeous.
Seagal's always got that look like someone's just blown off nearby, and he's always just like, "Oh, it doesn't smell good." Maybe it's Sigal. He can smell himself.
So where's he working now? He's working at what?
It's supposed to be Chicago or something. Like, I don't know. He doesn't tell you where they are. But yeah,
it looks like he's working in a Happy Eater.
Like all head chefs, he's arrived late and just wandering about because he's had to help the CIA with something, hasn't he? That's why he's late for work.
Like all head chefs, he's wearing black.
Oh, he has to wear black the entire film just to hide his expanding belly.
Ironically,
he's dressed like a chef in the picture of him as a Marine.
What I kind of like the idea of, is that he is a chef that has fighting skills. And this film is like, oh, I'm not even a very good chef. And you kind of like go, it's just Steven Seagal going, I don't want to actually be a chef. That's a bit weak, isn't it? I want to be a knife man.
Yeah, do you know what? There is a sense of, I had to wear that chef's outfit in the first film. I'm not doing it again in this one. So even though he's just been in his kitchen surrounded by chefs, he didn't actually dress like a chef.
Yeah, and he didn't spend much time in the kitchen. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to try not to be completely negative about this.
So, because he's also going to pick up his niece because his brother or her father has died, and it goes to the funeral, which is like they're going to get a very slow train to basically the graveyard where he is, and it all wraps up by the end so quickly. I love it. Like every action movie, fucking ends. Like as soon as that action stops, get out the fucking cinema. Credits are rolling.
So we've got a very young Katherine Heigl here.
He's not very good in the film. I mean, she's really bad. But she's. I think I remember read some articles. She's kind of somewhat boxed off his poison. for movies.
Yeah. She's really unpopular as well, isn't she? In
Yeah,
certain
but to
circles.
be fair, one of the reasons why she got blacklisted was saying that Knocked Up was a boys' club, and then she got
Oh, is that so?
then she got blacklisted basically, and it's kind of like,
Oh,
oh,
right.
right. I think she.
What an outrageous
I
opinion
think,
to
I
share.
think she's a little bit of a dick on top of that, but I don't think it was her fault with that. Just calling it out. So did he have a ponytail in on Deadly? They did on Deadly Ground just before this one, right?
Yeah, it was between the Under Siege. On Deadly Ground was his reward for Under Siege being such a big hit.
I like on Deadly Ground. I like that one.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's not even so bad. It's good. It's kind of just it's got a really good cast in it. It's really entertaining.
Michael Caine, good villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
He is a good villain, yeah. And Ali Ermey, there's all kinds of good people in that. There's also footage of it in this movie. There's footage of the Aegis or whatever it's called, the oil refinery in that movie that blows up. The exploding footage of it is used in this movie.
Really? As well when they attack China.
Yes, it's something I read recently. I've never been conscious of it watching, so I can't quite picture the shot. But yeah, it's when some Chinese industrial complex gets blown up.
Right. Okay. I love how the porter was instantly overly familiar with the niece straight away.
Well, the porter and Catherine Hegel are kind of like an Erica Eleniak replacement in this film, aren't they? They kind of like split the roles between them.
Yeah, and Morris Chestnut's role was meant to be quite different, I believe, wasn't it? But then Sigal kept taking all the fun stuff he was given to do away, and he's ended up this one-dimensional kind of comedy relief.
Yeah, for sure. Because Sigal was changing majority of his own dialogue and wasn't interested in what everyone else was saying, but only his. And
because this is a crap role for Morris Chestnut, frankly. It's a
not a thankless role. He still gets to do action and stuff like that, but he is just deployed for comic relief.
What else is he in?
Boys in the Hood for me. He's Boys in the Hood, which is only a couple of years before this.
He had a small role in The Last Boy Scout, but he's kind of... I checked his IMDb earlier, and he's mostly found himself in TV, but a lot of popular TV shows. So, sort of, I presume, sort of, a bit part in different stuff, really. I thought at first this was the guy from Buffy.
I did too. As soon as he turned up, I was like, whoa, but no.
It's like he's actually getting younger as he gets older. It's like, how's that possible?
Are there any other Die Hard on a Trains, or is this it, really?
There is Derailed with Van Damme, which is terrible. I saw it once on the Action Movie Channel or something on Freeview, and I thought, oh, Van Damme film I've missed. And I watched about half of it. I thought, no, this is absolutely drab.
I'd rather watch bad Van Damme than good Sigal, to be fair.
It's really low budget, that one, unfortunately. It really is affected badly by the budget. But there are a bunch of them, and naturally I can't remember. There's one with the American Ninja. Oh, what's his bloody name?
Or Michael Dudikoff on a train.
Michael Dudikoff is there's one which is basically the same as Derailed, I think.
There was some comments made by critics at the time that this plot is basically very similar to GoldenEye.
Yeah, which came out the same year.
Yeah, both dealing with satellites. I never really clocked the two,
These two henchmen here. So you got the guy out of People Under the Stairs, and then you got this stunt guy from Batman Returns.
That's where Catwoman attacks him.
Yeah, she scratches his face up.
Yeah. Obviously, this guy's from
Everett McGill.
Is it License to Kill? He's in.
Yes, yeah, Killifer. What a great name for a character, for a bad guy.
He's really good in this. I mean, you got Patrick Kilpatrick. What a great name. The Sandman from Death Warrant.
It's not just that the bad guys in these films are kind of like, you love them to hate them, but they're more likable than Steven Seagal. Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey were kind of like, you love them. And in this film, what's the name of the guy? Eric
Bogosian, yeah. I like him, to be honest. I enjoy the bad guys in this as well.
Hans Gruber and John McClane, you kind of like, you love John McClane, and you love to hate Hans Gruber. But in these, you're kind of like, I like these guys. Oh my God, he's hitting on a waitress. Maybe this was Jenny McCarthy. Oh my God. Let's do another 15 takes of this scene, shall we? I won't be negative.
The Everett McGill character was originally going to be played by Gary Busey as well. Have you heard this
Well,
story?
yeah, because I didn't think it added up because it said like, oh, John Peters, the famous John Peters, been over 500 street fights. You know, must have been on a holiday or something, and he sort of bumped into Gary Busey, and he goes, "Oh, I want you to be in Under Siege 2." And not knowing that he was in the first one, he got killed off, and he signed him up. And then Warner's and Sigal were like, wait a minute, he can't bring him back, he's dead. So he had to basically break his contract, and Warner's had to pay Gary Busey $750,000 and pay John Peters to get off the production, because John Peters produced another movie in '95, but I can't remember what the name was now. But that's why I didn't think at first it made sense to trivia, because he wasn't involved in the first one.
Well, there's
this one.
a secondary story came out with slightly different points. One of them being that he was actually meant to return as the same character.
Okay.
But with a big scar on his face. So, because the submarine, is he in the submarine? I can't remember now. So, yeah, apparently you can survive a submarine explosion with just a small scar to the face. But yeah, Sigal went nuts and said it refused to work on the movie unless John Peters, and also everybody associated with him. So the line producer had to go, a whole bunch of secretaries, a whole bunch of people had to be sacked and paid off.
And another producer came on. Warner's put their own producer on to basically wrangle Sigal and make sure he, behaved, essentially.
Firstly, I think that Gary Busey could have played an identical twin and then had a revenge mission. Which would have tied it in quite well. But also, I imagine Gary Busey is sort of like such a set chewer, and he's quite charismatic, And I guess, Steven Seagal, I mean, he was completely overshadowed by the bad guys in the first film.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's probably a big part of why he made such a fuss.
And he still gets overshadowed in this film because they've cast two good actors to be essentially the main villain and the secondary villain, and all the other henchmen are kind of known characters. Especially with Peter Green from like Pulp Fiction. Get the Gimp. Gimp's sleeping. We'll wake him up.
It's an unusually small role for him around this time, because he was quite, I thought he was a relatively big star. I've always been confused as well, because he's like the main bad guy in The Mask as well, which must have been around this time.
And he's in Usual Suspects, He's
really good actor.
Yeah, so just bear in mind she was 15 during filming.
Oh no, what did he do?
Yeah. He explained to her that he had girlfriends her age, and basically asked her if she'd like to be one of them, and she said something like, "Isn't that illegal?" and Sigal said they don't seem to mind.
Oh my God! So we saw it earlier on during the opening credits. It was written by Matt Reeves. So this was kind of a spec script during that sort of time, early '90s, where studios were just buying up all these kind of like really sort of. What would you call it? High concept ideas, and things like Speed gets picked up, and like
Con Air, and
Simon Says, things like that. And this is kind of, I think he'd said like the value of the script had sort of dropped because the sort of spec script boom had sort of come to an end, and but it was optioned by Warner Brothers, and then they sort of with other writers sort of funneled it into this Under Siege sequel. Which is kind of the thing what was going on, because mentioned with Simon Says was a rapid fire sequel, then became Die Hard 3. And then I think maybe one of the Lethal Weapon films was something else that got reshuffled into a Lethal Weapon sequel.
Which one? Was it Lethal Weapon 4?
Maybe 3 or 4. Certainly not 2, because that was written by Shane Black, wasn't it? We see this bit here where I don't know what Seagal's making in the kitchen. It looks like some really thick Angel Delight, but he shoves it in the microwave. You never see the cake at the end. I think it gets shot.
They should have made it so that the bell ringing on that microwave when it was finished distracted one of the bad guys and allowed Sigal to kill him, so that even his baking is fatal.
He's done one of them famous 7-hour microwave cakes.
This locomotive, I believe they're called, the bit at the front of the train that pulls the rest of the train, is the same one from Runaway Train, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Repainted, but it's the. I did have a look, and it does look to be the same. I don't think it's one of those false rumours.
So 'cause this is all shot in, I think the vast majority is in Canada, right? I think,
Right, yeah.
Because then I presume that's where Runaway Train would have been filmed to sort of have that winter
Oh, that would make
backdrop.
sense. Yeah, of course. I thought it was Colorado, but yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Oh, you are right. Oh, so sorry. It is Colorado. Yeah, you are right. My mistake.
Where was Broken Arrow filmed? Was it Utah?
I would gather from the rocky background. Which
Looks very similar, and that's got a really similar plot as well. Well, not really similar, but fairly similar.
Well, another sort of dealing with satellites and stuff.
And there's a train in it as well, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
It's that GoldenEye connection it's Jonathan Banks, another really good character actor villain of the age.
It's Arizona and Utah, Nick, for Broken Arrow.
Oh yeah, the orbital satellite laser system thing, whatever it's called. That's the connection to GoldenEye. And I think the obvious similarities that they're both kind of hijacked by a really eccentric genius computer programmer.
Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean? There are similarities, and then there's another movie of the same time which has
Another satellite thing.
and orbit. Someone I did make a note. Of
I
it
don't
at
know what was
some
going
point.
on at that time. The mid-90s, they were like, oh yeah, satellites. Yeah, that could be a good weapon.
Well,
now,
yeah,
can't
but
it?
it's pre-internet, so it's kind of like, well, what's the most technological thing that there is? And it's it's satellites, isn't it? And lasers.
Was that sort of in RoboCop they spoof it, the Star Wars project? The
Yeah.
satellite just takes out this whole city or something.
Well, that was the Reagan thing, wasn't it? He was trying to set up the
Yeah.
Star Wars thing.
Star Wars.
The bullshit Star Wars program, the line from Time Cop.
Escape from LA. That's the other one from I think the following year, which.
That's a film that is aging surprisingly well, isn't it? It's like I do have real kind of like nostalgia for it, and every so often I think, let's watch Escape from LA.
I think I saw the director of Parasite and is it Mickey 17 talking to John Carpenter, and he said he really loved Escape from LA. So
Well, John Carpenter likes it as well, doesn't he?
yeah, he gets a bit annoyed when people sort of like badmouth it. But
And I'm not. To be fair, I prefer it to Escape from New York.
oh, hot take there.
Out of the big ones, they're my least favourite John Carpenter films.
Escape from New York has not aged as well as his other movies, his other good movies anyway.
It's quite a sluggish pace to it, and the action's a bit clunky.
Yeah. I'm not having a go at it. I love it, but it's
Anything with Kurt Russell in's great, apart from
well,
that
exactly.
Santa sequel.
I mean, every time you watch Kurt Russell in a John Carpenter film, you just know that they're having the best time, and that makes me happy,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's got going pretty quickly, hasn't it? Steven Seagal's already killed a man and thrown him out of the train.
Yeah. He's already broken some wrists. I mean, this has got a lot more Sigal actually fighting in it. There's a great moment coming up when he gets onto the front of the train, and then the guy comes through the door, and he's hiding. He stands up and just goes, like that. A little shot to the face. I'm like, come on, guys, you could have thought something a little bit better for that little moment. But because you're fighting on a train, there's not much space, is there?
It's rare that you see the star of a movie hiding in a fridge, isn't it?
Well, it's a nod to the first one, isn't it?
Of course.
Well, that's the joke.
Oh, here he is.
This is what I'm trained for.
He's a really good villain, Eric Bogasian. I think I like this kind of eccentric, mad genius type who's got a muscle guy. It's very Bondian, isn't it?
But he's a legitimate, isn't he a playwright? Didn't he write news radio? Is that what it's called?
Talk radio.
Talk radio,
Was it?
yeah.
I think, yeah. God, I haven't looked him up for a long time.
Legitimate actor.
Yeah, oh, totally,
Well, I don't know him from loads of stuff, but, he's funny. It's just...
He's done a lot of work with Woody Allen as well, which
Which makes it kind of odd that he would take up the job of being a villain in Under Siege 2. I think it's just like a good payday for him. And
I think they struggled to find someone, didn't
Well,
they?
and he does. I mean, he does feel like a complete downgrade from Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey.
didn't they offer it to like Gary Oldman and a bunch of other, typical names of that time to play a villain?
Yeah, Julian Sands, Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. Can you imagine Jeff Goldblum playing a villain opposite Steven Seagal?
It would have made the film even more of a comedy, wouldn't it? Really?
Not even Jeff Goldblum could imagine himself playing the villain opposite Steven Seagal.
Everett McGill doesn't get the... Maybe because he's sort of quieter, but he doesn't seem to get the dialogue and scenes that Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones got in the first movie.
No, because his character's very different, though. He's very much like just the silent guy. He's the professional, right? So he doesn't show any emotion, and gets off on like Catherine kind of like trying to stick a nail into his face.
Yeah,
it's like sort of a psychopath,
But I suppose it makes a lot more sense than the two military professionals from the first film who are actually just fucking lunatics. That expression on his face is going to make me laugh throughout the movie, isn't it?
It's pretty much like clenched lips throughout, He's a tough guy.
That the green screening effect is really good, isn't it? Have you noticed? I didn't realise they developed a whole new system.
Well, that was in the movie magic section. They did, because they shot it all this stuff's all blue screen, and CineSight had developed the tool to basically, they shot all the background plates with VistaVision cameras, like 5 of them, to get a 360, filmed for hours, took that footage and then digitized it, and then CineSight this software would basically match it up with the blue screen on set with the train. So it didn't have to go on a train and film all the interiors like in a real one. It's built a set, and then but the blue screen algorithm would link it all together without any overlap or dodgy lines. So it was amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think prior to this, it was usually kind of apparent if you look, because the one effect they could never deal with was the glass reflective quality, as well as having the image through the glass, and it was like they'd always make it too sharp or too bright or too saturated or too contrasty as well, whereas here this just looks completely real.
It does, but it does after a while when it gets to the darker scenes. You can tell, because they've only got essentially kind of a one key light for the blue screen. When you comp in that background footage, the lighting doesn't change, so it's just one consistent lighting scheme.
Right.
It gives it away.
Yeah.
But there's later on we see Sigal hanging off the cliff, and they've done the same effect with the keying in of the background plate, and it's all like way too like blurred in the background, trying to give you that depth of field. It's like watching the Star Wars prequels where they've digitally blurred out the background to give it depth of field, make it look real, but this looks too blurred.
Well, I mean, they're all kind of like testing grounds.
But would you prefer that, the digital one, or an optical where you'd probably see Sigal hanging with a wobbly black matte line all around him? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, they're testing technology, aren't they, for these films?
I'd have preferred they did it for real, especially if there was genuine danger to Steven Seagal's life.
we balanced the weight wrong. He's too fat. He's gonna go.
This is the first movie he wears a girdle, isn't it? So he'd obviously put a bit of weight on since On Deadly Ground.
His running is still terrible. His fighting...
You do see it later, yeah.
His fight... Well, he just ran down the train and that wasn't convincing. I'm not saying that I can run, but But this is his job, isn't it? To run and fight. And it's just... None of it's convincing. It's like he's just kind of like a guy that has read about what it is to be masculine, and he's kind of like trying to give it a go.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But it's like it's the sort of behaviour that it's not authentic.
Sigal does carry a piece of fancy equipment with him. It's an Apple Newton. The classic Simpsons gag. Beat up Martin comes out.
Oh yes.
Eat up Martha. It was so shit, wasn't it? That's why.
So did he have a ponytail in On Deadly Ground? He didn't, did he?
I don't think he did, because he had cut his hair for Under Siege. It would take a while to grow it back, wouldn't it?
Sure, but not 3 years.
Well, in between, I don't know. Actually, we have to look at a photo from On Deadly Ground to sort of see if he had.
I don't think he did. But like, there was a lot of resistance, wasn't there? He was like, I don't want to cut my hair off, because executive decision, right? He didn't cut his hair.
He does have his hair. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Nick. He does have a ponytail on Deadly Ground.
Right. Yeah.
It might not be real.
Might be real though. Yeah, it could have been. Got some horse's tail that is shoved on the back.
Although I'm not sure Steven Seagal would sink that low.
Were you sure?
These close-ups of Sigal on the train are quite good.
Oh no, Michelle Huddleston.
There is some great deaths in this movie. I don't think you never know if she actually died.
I don't think she's died.
Yeah. You don't see her come back though. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, she's. Why would you come back to that train? There's terrorists on it.
Maybe she'll turn up in Under Siege 3 in Area 51.
With Gary Busey's twin with a scar on his face.
Maybe they'll both have. Oh no, she could have a scar. She could have a removable scar that could become a plot point, like her beauty mark in Hot Shots 2.
Absolutely, what I was thinking. Yes, we're brain twins. We're brain twins.
She's also in Demon Knight, isn't she? For some reason, she's never really been in anything other than these movies
She's good,
that I'm
though,
aware
isn't
of.
she?
She's really good, and she's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she's stunning,
I
and
think, as
she's
well.
got maybe, I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
She plays like an aging prostitute in that Demon Knight. The Tales from the Crypt movie.
All right, well, maybe she quit the industry then.
Watching this without sound is a new experience. It's, for some reason, some of the shots are even funnier, like a slow zoom in on a train door handle. That's great movie making, absolute cinema.
It's like watching Buster Keaton's The General.
Now, coming up, lads, is when he finds the porter. Oh, it's a wonderful shot coming up as he opens the door and gives the porter a bit of a fright, as it were.
Is there like some sort of crash zoom going on as well?
Yeah.
For no obvious
They use
reason.
it in a fucking TV spot for it. I was like, using that makes it look like you're trying to sell a comedy. It's weird. This film, I wanted to watch this the other day. I thought, this looks a bit like Species 2.
Yeah.
If you see, it's the same weird, it's not weird photography. It's just kind of really colourful, same aspect ratio, and it feels a bit TV-like. I just thought, it looks a bit like Species 2. I thought it must be the same cameraman, but it's not.
But there's a lot of green in those kind of. I feel like there's a lot of other films where you've kind of like of that time where you got like a room like that, with loads of green lights. Oh my God, there it was.
I got it at the same time.
That's crazy.
They're really doing everything they can with the camera to try and inject energy, aren't they? Short of, like, the editing isn't corresponding. That normally this kind of cinematography comes with an edit every half a second, but the camera's constantly moving and zooming and doing something. Except for here.
I mean, it's on a train. They can only really go backwards and forwards down the tube,
Yeah,
So.
I guess that's probably the approach. Yeah, they're cutting between a train and a room with a load of old men in it. There's no innate drama.
Well, on a boat, you've got big wide spaces, haven't you? And on a train,
that's a good
point. But it doesn't feel, what is it? What's the word? Not enclosed. Claustrophobic.
Yeah, claustrophobic.
It doesn't feel claustrophobic, and it's kind of like, well, surely that's the point. Die Hard felt claustrophobic, and that was an office, a tower block.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It kind of looks like, like you say, it's like brightly lit. There's loads of colours to it. It's kind of...
It goes maybe sort of a lot of these films around this time using similar film stock.
Yeah.
For budget reasons, similar kind of cameras.
I love the look of 90s films. It might even be my favourite period of cinema of the 90s.
I agree. I think the 90s are so underrated. We're obsessed with the 80s, and understandably and rightly. But the 90s was just as good, really.
Well, yeah, the 90s were great. I mean, 70s probably, was real films, and then the 80s.
I think you have fewer of those like standout, like monumental movies. Maybe like there's like your Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and stuff like that. Maybe that the 90s is a bit of a letdown for
I
those.
don't know. You got Independence Day and Bad Boys, and you had the Star
Exactly.
Wars films.
A lot more variety in the 90s of stuff. They're just you've got the thrillers, you've got the sci-fi, you've got the action, you've got the the horror. So much. Some of it was a bit by the numbers, but you just had so many different films coming out each week.
Well, yeah, there was some each week. You had so many. You had a Stallone film every year, and you had. I always really liked The Relic.
Oh, The Relic. Yeah, I love the concept of that film. I do like it, but it's lit so dark. You can barely see what's going on throughout it. I had it on Laserdisc. I had to turn the whack of brightness up. Saw it on Blu-ray and went, it's still a bit too dark. This film needs to be regraded. I can't see anything, So coming up is the bit where it's a footage, right, Nick? Sorry, Rob, where they reuse from Undead.
If it's where I think it is, it must be. Yeah, I'm sure it is that. It's like a demonstration, isn't it, to show that?
Yeah.
So you reuse footage? Sorry, what?
On Deadly Ground.
Oh right, yeah.
The oil refinery.
I do love
up.
it in there because it's obviously dealing with the satellite and attacking someone. In GoldenEye, when the MI5 are looking at the screen, a thing blows up. The guy turns around and just goes, "What the bloody hell was that?" It's like very posh, delivery.
That guy smoking is so much worse than it was in the first Under Siege.
Well, he doesn't inhale.
He didn't even inhale. Yeah, he just did a really quick puff and immediately blew the smoke out.
And he's holding the cigarette like it's the first time he's held a cigarette.
Smoking like a fish.
A smoked fish, like salmon.
Yeah. It's that face people pull. You look like a fish when you smoke. My friends used to say that when someone who didn't know how to smoke properly.
Ooh, that was an odd shot.
When they get really close to the camera.
Like a wide-angle lens and a real hardcore close-up.
Like RoboCop when they're all looking in his face when they
That's right.
screwing him in.
Oh yeah, look at that shot. There's the director Jeff Murphy was kind of renowned for doing sequels. Did Young Guns 2. He did this, and he did Fortress 2, and then kind of did a bunch of other movies within there. But then, last part of his career, he became the second unit director of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Was Young Guns 2 a hit?
I
think
so. I think it did.
It seemed to be very big when it came out.
I mean, I love Young Guns and Young Guns 2. I think they're brilliant, and actually dead on in terms of historical accuracy.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just kind of like this own made-up thing.
No, they don't really take many liberties. And even the fact that, there's people that die in the first one that are in the second one, there's kind of like, it's quite historically accurate.
I wouldn't have thought that. I didn't know Bon Jovi had been around that long.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He did 59 million, the sequel did, and it was a massive hit on video. But I don't know, I presume the first one made the most because that was that period where, the sequels are always kind of seen as diminishing returns.
I don't know.
Actually,
I don't know.
It made a little bit more than number one.
Of course,
there you go.
it was because it was more teen driven. It wasn't it. It was like Young Guns 1 was an 18 and Young Guns 2 was a 50 with the Bon Jovi song.
Yeah, that song was unbelievably massive. It was just everywhere all the time. I remember I was in school at the
Top
time.
of Pops it was on.
Well, I think Young Guns 2 is absolutely fucking incredible, and it's kind of like, why did his career kind of, immediately start deteriorating?
I think we're looking at the reason for that right now.
There's so much green in this film.
Oh, this is the other movie that Jeff Murphy did. It probably affected his career. Was Free Jack.
Oh, that one.
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, that
yes,
was an
yes.
absolute bomb, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird thing of like, no, let's do what they did with Labyrinth, get a singer to be the villain, you know, get Mick Jagger. Emilio Estevez, obviously, because he worked with him on Young Guns too. And
Well, obviously, Mick Jagger was in the music video for Dancing in the Streets with David Bowie. So
yeah.
David Bowie would have probably said, there's a lot of money in being a bad guy. And Mick Jagger would have gone, oh, right, let's do that then. There's a lot of money in being a bad guy.
Well, all right. It's like,
All right, Dave.
that was always Stella Street for me. That was the Mick Jagger
Yeah.
impersonations. Yeah.
Phil
So
Cornwall. Phil Cornwall.
good. Yeah, it's so good.
So what's this guy on the... what? All of these guys now talking, what else are they in? Do you know?
Oh, they're in loads of things.
Yeah, they're in loads.
They're in films.
The guy with white hair's in the first one, isn't he?
Yes,
I wanna
these.
say.
Yes, if you take away Kurtwood Smith, these three guys are the returning cast members alongside
But-
Sigal. But they often never have any screen time with Sigal. They talk about Sigal, well, Casey Ryback. Who's Casey Ryback? Who the fuck's So there's that's the returning
It's the
cast
same.
members.
The guy who can't smoke is like he's Mr. CIA, isn't he?
Yeah, and he keeps messing up. You know, not being transparent.
And then the other two, I'm guessing, are like, what was it? I can't remember what it's called now. The American.
They're naval officers, aren't they? Or high ups, or something, or commanders.
Yeah, like some sort of admiral or something. I guess if
Yeah.
it's the Navy, or
Yeah.
possibly even above that, Secretary of State for Defence, maybe even or something.
That's right. Oh, now Seagal's now got to try and attempt to send a fax with the Newton.
Well, have they got into dark territory yet? They haven't.
Not yet,
No.
but they did say the name of the film in the film, which is good. You know? Which I always adore.
What?
you know?
We're about to enter Under Siege 2 Dark
Well,
Territory.
no, they say dark territory, but it's like, and I said to myself, what is that? Because it's on the map. You actually see it on the map later on. Like, it's a big zone. Obviously, you can't. There's no phone signal, in this area. You can't, track them with radar or something.
My very favourite title drop is Deathstalker 2 when
Yes.
he goes, I'll get you and Deathstalker 2. And then the credits
I was gonna
start.
say
It's
that.
amazing. It's amazing. I love that film so much.
So
Best
good.
theme tune to any film ever, the
Oh,
Deathstalker 2 theme
you're
tune.
so right as well. You're absolutely right. I made all these points in the Barbarian video when I covered Deathstalker 2.
Oh, right,
It is
yeah.
the best title drop ever. It is the best theme tune. It's fucking
It's
amazing.
great, yeah.
Is it a theme tune that's actually originally created for the film, or they just grabbed
Yeah,
it from somewhere?
oh, it's brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a pumping. It's kind of orchestral, I suppose.
It's so good. It's so good. And it's got that scream going there.
But yeah. Oh, it's such a great movie.
Well, the Bond films are always they always drop the title of the film, don't they? In the film.
There's a good. I rewatched. To me, Salute of the Jugger, but I know it's best known as Blood of Heroes. The other day, the Rutger Hauer movie, and there's a really good title drop in that as well. When someone gets splattered with blood, and this woman goes, ugh, and she says something like, "I don't like blood unless it's the blood of heroes."
Salute to the Jagger.
That's a movie we should do one day, actually, Ollie. That's a good one.
Is it easy to get hold of for people?
I think so. Mind you, I've got a feeling it's never been released HD.
Oh dear.
That's the same plane from Broken Arrow, isn't it?
That was a stealth plane, isn't it? Yeah. Again with stealths. Executive Decision, that was stealth, wasn't it?
Stealth fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, in Executive Decision.
Can they climb onto a stealth? I can't remember.
They use
The one in
hang on a
Executive
minute.
Decision is very angular.
Yeah, and that's the one they use to get onto the plane, isn't it? And I think that footage was then sold to a bunch of Die Hard on a Plane rip-offs. Because I remember when I did the Die Hard borrowing blockbusters video, I saw that same footage over and over again.
It's like those films from the 80s with loads of B-roll from Battlestar Galactica.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
much of it. God.
Yeah. In fact, I've just discovered another new one of those as well. New to me, anyway.
Wonderful. I love how they've hired a henchman who's like got one eye missing. You know.
That's another one of those 50% speed jobs with the slow motion without it being shot slow motion.
Yes.
But it was a special effects shot.
I know.
So how do they?
This is all juddery. There's quite a lot of it in this.
It's a short film, so I guess they were trying to kind of pad it a little bit. No, I mean it. I think they were probably trying to pad it a little bit wherever they can.
It's like Garth Marenghi.
It always makes me think of Garth Marenghi.
yeah.
We tried to keep the slow motion away from the dialogue scenes.
Matthew Holness lives in Norwich. I've seen him walk around a few times.
Well, he used to live in St Albans.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember when Man to Man with Dean Lerner started, and I went past Threshers in St Albans, and Matt Holness was buying 2 bottles of real ale and a pipe of Pringles, and you think, I know what you're doing tonight.
Yeah, I saw him in Norwich Market on the phone. I didn't have the guts to go talk to him. I was like, no. I didn't have the didn't have the confidence.
He's really sweet. Me and Nathaniel interviewed him on Fan Club when we were doing that. He was really lovely.
Good. He's an absolute icon to me for Garth Marenghi.
He got absolutely fucked. He was with Avalon, and then when he left Avalon, they took the name Garth Marenghi away from him, and so he basically had to kind of restart. So that's why they did Man to Man with Dean Lerner, and he played different characters.
But now he's back as Garth Marenghi, and he's really
yeah,
popular
a couple
again.
of books.
I think he got the name. I think he obviously got the name back, but yeah, he's doing loads of stuff at the moment. He's brilliant. Bonjour, guys. Oh man, very charismatic.
It's like fucking take over TV here. What's going on?
I wonder how much Kurtwood Smith got. I mean, this can't be much of an interesting role for a proper actor. Just
payday film, because he appeared in loads of kind of like B movies, or there's anything that sort of came his way, before that 70s show that gave him that sort of like structure to sort of
Yeah, of course, that's what he's really famous for. Yeah, never having seen that, I'm completely unaware of it and him in it. So to me, he's the bad guy in movies.
But RoboCop, yeah. So
primarily
that overshadows
RoboCop.
Everything. Even when he's in that 70s show, part of the tension in that is that he's the bad guy from RoboCop.
yeah. When he sort of starts being a bit like a bad guy in the show, or like try to discipline his son, you sort of think, oh god, this is Clarence Boddicker.
I mean, it's an attention to detail, isn't it, to bring an A1 picture of the Eiffel Tower with you. No, there's no fold marks, is there? There's no creases in it, so they must have had
someone's ironed it.
They must have had to bring it in one of them portfolio cases.
I did like it earlier on when he had the CD and he was like, oh, all this data on this CD. I think by 1995, CDs were, pretty commonplace. I suppose the idea of like the discussion of CDs and technology, all they could compare it to, the amount of storage you could put on a CD, was to be surrounded by loads of books, like encyclopedias, and then just be like, all this will fit on a CD. Just like, oh, okay, that's how you would picture the amount of data you could store.
Oh no, it's got a scratch on it. Oh, that's the end of the film.
Yeah, because he drops it later on. He picks it up and it's like perfect. I'll be like, bollocks to that, mate. That looked like a CDR. That will be scratched so quickly.
But yeah, I mean, I was thinking the exact same thing with Kurtwood Smith. I mean, he's just standing around looking, bored. He's bored.
Yeah. He's not even like the main guy in the room.
No, because you think by this point he would probably overshadow some of the other guys there. But because they had, roles in it in the first one, they had
and they're throwing money around on this project as well, so I imagine that they're punching above their weight.
It's cost like 60 million.
Oh right. Yeah. Oh, was that about average at the time?
Yeah, I'd say about 50 to 60 was average for most.
But the thing is that this is a much cheaper movie to make, to my mind, than a typical action blockbuster of the time, because it's so contained. It's shot, it's almost entirely shot in studio.
And I imagine it would have just been one train set that they redressed for each bit, right? Unless
Yes, one by the studio, they shot the interior train stuff, but the exterior is quite a lot. There's a lot of like second unit in this, the exterior of the train, which is kind of going, as I say, surprisingly quite slow. But then you've got, the visual effects budget, which I don't. So I looked into it because it's done by Richard Jurisic, who's an amazing FX
that's his
guy.
name. I was trying to remember his name.
He worked on Blade Runner.
He worked on 2001.
Yeah, Event Horizon. He supervised, and obviously this. And his work was generally best with miniatures, and that's why you've got amazing miniatures in this film, especially for the end sequence.
But that's what he was in charge of specifically, wasn't it? On this, I don't think he had much to do with the cine site work.
Yeah,
it's the big set piece train crash at the end was a huge miniature job. Huge production.
Which is they do really clever stuff with that, which I'll mention near the end. Obviously, it happens so quickly, but it's kind of like the way they shot it. When you have a train coming towards you and it gets really close to the camera, very damaging the camera. They put a mirror there, film the action through the mirror, so it's kind of reflected, so it's coming towards the mirror, and you shoot in the mirror, so nothing gets damaged in the process. Really clever stuff.
Yeah, that's an old school trick. That.
Yeah, the mirror technique. But this isn't like an ILM movie, but it's got CineSite doing digital work. But it's another company I've never heard of, called Metro Light Studios. Never heard of them.
I suppose what you can say is that those backgrounds are in almost every shot, aren't they? So there's a huge amount of digitization, and in 1993 or whenever they were doing this, that would have been a hell of a lot of work getting all
94, 95,
footage. Yeah. And it cost a lot to scan film in those days as well. It cost a hell of a lot to scan film.
Now scanning VistaVision as well. So
it's quite surprising how much Sigal and Ebert loved these films.
Yeah, they generally thought this was pretty good. They thought Roger Ebert thought the idea of Sigal running up a train as it was falling was a bit preposterous, and when you think about the plot, they were just like don't pay attention to it, just enjoy it for what it is. And they said it was quite a thrilling kind of action film, and I don't deny that. I think it's a lot of fun.
But they loved the first one as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Which when I was going through the commentary when I was putting it together a couple of weeks ago, when you'd said, Nick, like a lot of the film takes place just in rooms with people talking, and that's a good death. Oh yes, but it was Under Siege. It does have a lot of just talking in rooms, and this one, because you've got the idea on a train, everything's always moving along.
Yeah,
and that gives it that kind of great momentum.
Oh, I've always said it's best location for a movie ever. I've said this before, but I adore movies with a single confined location, and a train is, I think, the best one.
Yeah.
It's even better than an old dark house.
But luckily, these are, despite the limited space on the train, these American trains are a bit like those ones you find in Holland or whatever, like the double-decker ones, and they're huge. You couldn't have this in the UK, you know what I mean, on Greater Angular train or something. There's no space.
They always build train sets and plane sets slightly bigger than they really are anyway as well, so that you've got the double effect going on, I suppose.
It's cheating.
I was watching The X-Files the other day, and there's a shot of Fox Mulder on a plane, and it's like it looks like a private jet, the amount of space he's got around him and the head height and everything else.
But Sigal's supposed to be a pro, but he just seemed to...
He just waves his gun around. He waves his gun around without looking.
He just find it like that, not even looking, and still missed him.
I suppose he'd probably never really he wasn't a gun person, was he? I remember him saying once. So he'd probably never handled guns until he started the movies.
He's the exact sort of guy that wouldn't take advice on how to make it look good. Yeah?
That's so true.
I know what to do with a gun. I'm a manly man. You go, okay. Well, you can't run.
God, this has got big James Bond vibes it's giving me.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't there a
Octopussy.
recent Bond movie with... No, I wasn't thinking of that, actually. I was thinking of one of the new ones.
Oh yeah,
I remember a shot of a woman with a sniper rifle aiming at someone on a train.
Skyfall.
As it's
Skyfall.
it's
is it?
Miss Moneypenny, isn't it, that's doing the show?
Yeah.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's dead. It's fine.
I love how Sigal's just hanging on to the train underneath it. He has the strength to do that. It's like, whatevs.
She's so out of her depth. Poor Catherine. What is it? Hegel, did you
Catherine
say earlier?
Hegel, yeah. Or Heigl. Well,
Hegel, Heigl, Schmiegel.
it's not Schmiegel. Come on, Ollie.
God, we're already halfway through.
I know.
Oh,
Whips along
Lord.
there.
I mean,
Over halfway through.
we've both got different takes on that, then, haven't we, Rob?
I've finally found a flaw with this movie. It's just not long enough.
Oh, you'd see the work print, that way.
Just
At least the
don't,
work print.
just don't make him a smoker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Then later on, he gets more nervous. They should have had like 5 cigarettes, so he's changed it to a pipe.
Every time we cut back to him, he should be smoking something slightly larger. Until the last shot of him, he's just got a massive bong.
It's like something out of Naked Gun or something. Or, you know.
Or,
It's because
Airplane.
I think it's
Airplane, yeah.
it's meant to create a contrast, I think, isn't it? These guys, all the military guys, they all look kind of fairly healthy and well turned out and organised, whereas he's CIA, so he's meant to be a bit edgy and a bit underground and a bit on the edge.
What was that gag in, was it Scary Movie 3, where it spoofs signs and the cops near the car, she's got a hat on. Every time it cuts back to her, it gets bigger and bigger. Every time she gets in the car, you can't get in.
Scary Movie 3 is legitimately good. I think it's
Man.
brilliant.
I thought number 2 was terrible, but number 3 I thought was really good.
Well, number 1 and 2 haven't aged well, but number 3 is brilliant.
Is that there's one that I remember writing the review on Letterboxd just saying, I don't fucking care, I like this movie.
Well, it's the best one, and then the 4th one and the 5th one just drop off the fucking. They're terrible. They are, you know.
Yes, the third one. It is the third one I like too. There's one joke in one of those scary movies when these parents give this a tiny little toddler a lollipop, and she puts it in her mouth the wrong way round. Puts the handle in her mouth, and her parents go, "No, darling, other end." So she sticks it up her ass. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Patrick Kilpatrick, I mean, like, I'd not seen him much else other than this and Death Warrant, you know. Such a great name.
Yeah, I'd never
you know.
made the connection. Death Warrant's one of those movies I've never gone back to, but I watched it loads.
Oh,
back
is
in
it?
the
Oh,
90s.
okay, well, I'm completely wrong. He's in Last Man Standing, Minority Report, Eraser.
Which one's he? Sorry.
The one who's dressed like Guy Ritchie.
Oh right.
Flag. yeah.
Oh right. Yeah.
On the right there, you say.
Oh yeah. What?
He's like a tactical Ritchie.
What's he in? Isn't he in Broken Arrow? I love Broken Arrow.
Is that your favourite John Woo film? Of the
Yeah.
American
No,
movies,
I prefer Hard Target.
Good boy,
but,
yeah, Hard Target.
But I do like Broken Arrow. I prefer it to Face Off.
Face Off is a bit silly.
It's just really baggy, isn't it? And
I quite like Face
yeah, it's
Off.
really good. It is
Yeah.
really good, Rob. Yeah, no one's taking that away from you, but we're just saying that we have a preference for another film.
But Rob, Patrick Kilpatrick is in Scanner Cop 2. Have you seen Scanner Cop 2? Electric Boogaloo?
I have seen Scanner Cop, but
Are they related to scanners?
no,
Scanner Cop is probably that guy who just...
not directly.
I don't know, maybe he's just like being resurrected as one of those scanning machines from Tesco's and he's now become a cop.
Aren't they full? I can't remember now. Aren't they
With a
full
giant
moon?
barcode battler. I don't know.
It oversees rogue scanners.
Yeah. Nope. Bit of a up the arse corner for Viz there.
I thought it was great. I think that was great.
That's a good digital.
Yeah.
That's some good compositing. I think some of the best compositing of the 90s was in GoldenEye. You know, he's got Sean Bean at the end. He drops him and, like, you know, crashes onto satellite. That's all digital. I mean, like, it's amazing work.
GoldenEye, I went back to a couple of years ago for the first time and was really disappointed in it. I thought it had stood up quite badly, and I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, no.
Why do you think that was?
Pacing or...
I don't know. It's very of its time in a way that the earlier Bond movies aren't. You know, it doesn't have that sort of timeless quality. I don't know why. Maybe because technology is a bigger part of it. I don't know.
Maybe. I feel like in the 90s you had so much like Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff. Action had changed by that point, and I feel like it felt a little bit retro. But I like it. I like Pierce Brosnan. I think he's great. And
Yeah, I do.
He just did 3 crap Bond films. One good one.
I still watched them at the cinema, you know, and you know.
Oh yeah. I went to see GoldenEye time and time again. At the time, I didn't think it seemed dated at all. I thought it seemed, you know, like Bond had been updated, which I suppose he had, but just not enough.
No, I think that
It needed more 90s. More 90s.
I think for its time it was great. I just think that, you know, peak Bond was Roger Moore.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
The peak was A View to a Kill. A View to Kill. I love he's making a homemade bomb with some coconut oil. It's great, isn't it?
The way he explains what he's doing as well here is so... Oh, it's any other actor would have been told, no, we need another take of that. That's a really bad line delivery. But he'd obviously decided that's what he was doing. He says something like, what am I doing? Oh, I'm making a bomb. It's like a 12-year-old would, who's really pleased with their ability to make a bomb. And they love telling someone else who doesn't know what they're doing.
Where could they be? Where could they be?
I love how it'd be so good if part of the bomb making process we put it in a soda stream. Give some gas.
Look, he hasn't even lit his cigarette this time. There we go.
Should be up his nose at this point.
You've got to light it.
Now he's not in this. He's not in this much, and he's not in this shot. But the guy with the Casey Jones hat at the front, who's out of Breaking Bad, what else was he in?
Casey Jones mask, did you say?
No, the hat, like as in the
hat.
the train hat.
The train driver. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, Jonathan Banks.
Yeah, what else is he in?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Was it 2 or
No, I think it's the first one.
isn't
It's
it?
the first one. He's one of Stephen Burkoff's.
Yeah, he's his main. He's really bloody good. He's in. Of course, yeah. I forgot. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but I was aware he was in it. But every time they show a picture of him with that hat on, it makes me laugh. They've perched it right on the top of his head, and with his ears and his face shape, it just looks funny. And they've clearly done it on purpose.
But when you see Jonathan Banks before he dies in the train sequence, you just see the 2 trains collide. You just see his face smiling. It's oh, but it's like it explodes. Oh, that's wonderful. The whole end sequence is brilliantly edited. It's so crazy.
He's still making the bomb.
He's still.
Real psycho uncles could do this in half the time. Has he shown her any kind of empathy? Or
Not at all.
I noticed this when they first meet in the train station earlier. They're meeting for the first time since the death of her father, his brother. Not only do they not embrace in any way, he never smiles at her. He doesn't touch her or smile at her once.
That's probably why her performance is affected, because she's not getting anything back from him.
She gets nothing from him. Yeah. No one ever does. No one gets anything from Sigal.
You are fucked with a pager. That's amazing.
It'd be great if it didn't work, right?
Should have had that. You are gay.
Whoa. It's like that shot of Sigal coming down the stairs was speeded up then. I
know.
I'd never noticed that.
Yeah. Speeding up, walking down steps, mate. that was definitely a direction from Sigal. I'm walking too slowly there.
He was in the editing room the whole time, apparently, just constantly telling them what to do. Can you imagine being a professional editor editing a Sigal movie with Sigal sat next to you?
Oh, God. It would not be fun. But I do like this. He's going, full on now, taking them out. He just literally walked into their base of operations, just threw a bomb in.
Well, they weren't expecting him. Don't they? It takes them ages to realise he's on the train, doesn't it? Because despite the fact he's machine gunned a load of people earlier on, they don't realise for ages that he's on the train, if I remember rightly.
He did miss out because they went looking for his daughter, right? Or they go look in a minute.
No, they've done that.
They've done that. Okay, yeah, because they had that moment with the Casey Ryback. Who's Casey Ryback? Who the fuck's Casey fucking Ryback? You know what I mean? So everyone has to mention who he is. You know what I mean? How important he is in the movie.
When Poochie's not on screen, everyone needs to be talking about Poochie. I do like the way though that he's been forced to improvise and he's used lots of things that are actually available on a train. That's like proper action movie making.
It's MacGyver, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's got MacGyver. If it was today, there'd be a lot of tubes of Pringles in the good years. So on a train, it's always Pringles, isn't it? And cups of tea.
Well, do you know what? Boiling water. Throw boiling water on their fucking faces.
My girl Sigal's off the train.
Or boiling cake. Straight out of the microwave. Throw it right in Eric Bogosian's face.
Burn his mouth.
It's like he's not even allowed to jump in a dignified manner, poor Morris Chestnut.
It's all pratfalling, isn't it, with him?
It's a really difficult stereotype, that, frankly, because he's the scared sidekick.
Yeah.
And that was traditionally the only roles available to black people in Hollywood pre-World War II. There's a great documentary on the history of African Americans in Hollywood cinema, and it starts with I can't remember the guy's name, a filmmaker from the 70s. Starts with him just saying, "Why are we always so scared?" And it just shows loads of clips, and it's just the same archetype over and over again, and it's exactly what Morris Chestnut's doing.
But to be fair, he is the Erica Eleniak role. Well, he is, isn't he?
He just hasn't got his boobs out yet, has he? So.
Well, no, we've done that at the beginning of the film with the satellite shot. I mean, it's like...
But I don't know, it's like her being inept and knowing nothing, fine, she's a stripper. But he's a guy who works on a train, he's built, he looks like an athlete. You expect him to be less useless. There's no reason why he should be, so scared all the time.
I did love that shot earlier. We know when Sigal elbowed the guy is hanging on the rope and he falls to his death. It goes from a live action for about a second, then goes to a digital shot all in one sequence. It goes instantly shit. He falls to his death. But so far, the best death so far is the guy getting hit by the train. That was good.
That was good.
That was good because they're literally just throwing a dummy and then the guys underneath going, ah!
It blatantly had no weight to it, that dummy as well. The way it doubled up when the train hit it. Yeah.
I love this bit here as well. This is a good bit.
He meant to be hanging from that arm.
Hello.
Yeah, such a good delivery, isn't it? Why'd they have to slow down the bit where his face get hit against a brick then? That was a bit stupid.
But that was really funny and well done, that hello. Where's that in the rest of the film? Why didn't he turn up for work? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it?
It's good.
Well, do you know what I mean? A couple of years before that was Die Hard, and then a couple of years before that was RoboCop. And so the technology has really kind of improved with dropping people off stuff, right?
Nothing but true. Cliffhanger's probably the best, actually, with dropping people.
Well, a cliffhanger is just brilliant. The first 10 minutes of cliffhanger
so intense
is almost the best 10 minutes of any film ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched Cliffhanger for years. We should do that.
It's so,
That's a good film.
The beginning, it is good, but the first 10 minutes are just incredible, and then the rest of the film doesn't really live up to it. But
Cliffhangers sticks around for a little bit too long. You know what I mean?
I do love
Maybe
it.
10 minutes too long.
And it's John Lithgow with his British accent, you know.
Yeah.
So Subi.
It's Craig Fairbrass.
Yeah,
is in it
that's
as well.
right.
That blew my mind when I was a kid because he was in EastEnders at the time.
That's right, yeah.
Season's over, asshole.
Oh, I've got a better drop to their death, Ollie. Ace Ventura 2.
Oh, that's
The cliffhanger reference.
Yeah, with the raccoon. Oh, that was still heartbreaking seeing that.
The close-up on the raccoon as it cuts back to the raccoon. It's a massive close-up with his huge nose. Is hilarious.
But Ace Ventura 2 is nowhere near as good as the first one.
Like Ollie, it's not, but it's still funny.
It's still funny, yeah, because my friend was in that position. Number 2's better, and we watched both, and he was like, "Oh yeah, number 1 is actually a better." film.
Number 2 wasn't good in the cinema, you know.
I saw it at cinema, yeah. The best bit is when he comes out the rhino's bum.
Yeah,
Yeah, without a
but
doubt.
I think it kind of like you do kind of like miss Courtney. You're like, where's Courtney Cox? Where's Toadie Locke?
Yeah. yeah. That's the first one. It's like Ventura, and he goes, "Yes, Satan." Oh,
yes, 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 Satan. No, connection spotting again. Wasn't that Naomi Harris's first movie role? Who we were just talking about shooting on the.
Is it her?
It's a long time. So I've got a feeling it's her who plays the chief's daughter or whoever it is that he's going to marry.
Fuck. What film was that again?
I've got a feeling. Ace Ventura 2.
Ace
I
Ventura,
might be
sorry,
wrong.
okay.
Oh, I thought it was this. All right, yeah.
Yeah, there was this. I was like, what? Oh, so you go running. He did a little bit of that with his arms.
This is a bit like Alpha Popper, isn't it? When
What the fuck?
Why is the car already like? Why is he?
How does he know that the car? How does he know that the engine needs work? And how is the only thing that needs doing to a broken car 2 wires being put back together?
Well, he doesn't have a key, so he's starting it, right?
But he doesn't know it hasn't got.
You
a key.
say he doesn't have a key. He doesn't know, but also if that's not how it works. If you can't, that's not how you don't start the ignition and the car with the same. But also the keys are in the ignition quite clearly.
I don't think you make a bomb with whiskey. So,
Steven Seagal does.
this is a bit like Alpha Popper, isn't it? Where Alan Partridge locks himself out of the terrorist situation and has to get himself back in. It's like Steven Seagal has accidentally left the movie and now he's trying to get back into it.
Yeah, because he gets in that truck and he drives up the thing, and you think, oh, he's going to collide that truck into the train, but he doesn't. It goes in and he rolls himself out and then just jumps back onto the train. I thought it was a bit of a...
Don't give it away.
Spoilers, sorry.
Well, that is definitely someone's cousin or something. That's not an actor. That's not an actor.
That's not a real person.
Stock footage, slightly different grain.
yeah. We had another Die Hard type movie this year of 95 with Van Damme.
Oh, Sudden Death.
Yeah, Sudden Death, yeah. 95 was a pretty good year. We had a few stinkers, though, like Virtuosity, Congo.
Virtuosity's all right.
It's all...
Congo?
Fine.
Congo is better than Jurassic Park.
No, it's not. Johnny Mnemonic, 95.
Oh, that was shit.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah,
which was great.
Johnny Mnemonic was shit, but you know, it's nice to see Dolph Lundgren doing something different, isn't it?
You had 12 Monkeys. That was a great movie.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Assassins, kind of...
I watched that so much on video.
I liked Assassins.
Yeah.
When was
Yeah, I did.
Desperado? When was Desperado? 94 was it?
Yes, 95. Yeah.
Yeah, it's around the same time, wasn't it? Yeah, because that was Banderas, his coming out time.
We had Darkman 2. The Return of Durant.
Oh, what's the third one called? Die Dark Man Die.
Red Die, yeah. The Bart, the.
What year was Independence Day?
96, I think. 96, yeah. Yeah. See, 95, you got a lot of kind of high concept films again, like recognisable films, obviously with this, another sequel. But a lot of them, as we sort of gone back to them, don't, I think even at the time they weren't that well received in the case of like Congo, Judge Dredd and Johnny Mnemonic, but they've sort of become this kind of cult status, a lot of these films. And Under Siege 2 sits there quite nicely as a kind of entertaining schlock. And it's like, and it delivers, it fucking delivers.
It does. I mean, I'd much rather watch this than Johnny Mnemonic or Congo, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of really want to watch Congo again, but every time I get close, I'm like, nah. I will do soon.
Amy.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so that puts you off, man. Stop eating my sesame cake. That's the best line.
It's one of the last really good Tim Curry performances, though, isn't it?
Oh, man, City of Zinj.
When was Loaded Weapon?
91 or 2, I think. Loaded Weapon's great. Great film. Yeah. I mean, that's a proper spoof. That's a good spoof.
It's fucking funny. I just loved it, yeah.
93, actually. Sorry, it's 93.
I was going to say it might be a bit later. Was that the Zuckers and Abrams
it was
Loaded
National
Weapon?
Lampoon.
Oh, of course it was, yeah.
But they
very
got
similar.
they got Emilio Estevez in because of Hot Shots, and Charlie Sheen as a cameo.
Yeah.
So,
and so does Bruce Willis.
Emilio Estevez is the Charlie Sheen connection,
Yeah. And Samuel L. Jackson as well, it's a weird atypical role.
Well, no, it was sort of like it was before
Pulp Fiction.
It was before he was Samuel L. Jackson, wasn't it? So it was about at the same time as Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Good point. Yeah, you forget. Yeah, because Do the Right Thing was, 87 or something, I want to say. And that I feel like that established him, but I suppose it didn't really, did it?
He had a tiny role at the beginning of Eddie Murphy Raw, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning where Eddie Murphy's like, as a kid, doing this gag.
And he's in Goodfellas. He's in Goodfellas, isn't he?
Yeah. I just saw then by Sigal took out the guy, did another wrist twist and spun him over. Because you were saying, Rob, like, quite, it's quite evident that Aikido only has a sort of limited appeal on screen. When you see a few moves, that's kind of it. And then when you see Sigal doing it again, it becomes like, oh, he's just thrown him again. Oh,
It's not a cinematic fighting technique.
No, it's one of these fads that they've always had in martial arts movies. They all come one after the other. It was ninjas, then it was kickboxing, then it was Aikido. And they run them dry, and then ultimately all that really stands the test of time is, well, we know, proper Chinese kung fu, karate. These martial arts with a whole variety of options.
You got like Jackie Chan and Donnie Yen, who got like a Swiss Army knife of different martial arts. You're like, wow.
Exactly.
You got Scott Atkins, you know what I mean? Just like, you can pretty much do anything.
That's a nice turn of phrase, Oliver. A Swiss Army knife of martial arts. That's great.
A Swiss Army throwing knife.
Yeah.
Well, you could just throw a Swiss Army knife. You wouldn't even get anything out. They're heavy, aren't they? Smack it in someone's head. Gets a corkscrew out and makes a bomb out of a bottle of wine.
And we know that he's a wine expert because he appears in Hollywood's Guide to Wine or whatever it's called.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It was Kelly LeBrock. Oh my God. That's incredible. That's incredible.
That was so cringy watching that. Oh God. What were they thinking?
Talk about a guy completely out of his depth, but refusing to accept he can be anything other than an absolute expert.
My favourite wine is jammy red roux.
I like both kinds, red and white.
And if you mix them, you get rosé.
Oh, there's all kinds of problems with the. God, they keep cutting to this stock footage, and it's really obviously different.
Where's it from, though? I'm trying to think. Because it's really expensive to sort of essentially get the military to agree to launch these stealth fighter jets and then film them. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it's
Could be like when the military was selling.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
the product to potential buyers, they'll film it professionally, make it look like, oh, this is what you can do. This is what it looks like. You know what I mean? You can turn in the air, and that's what they've used. I don't know.
Or potentially the Air Force could actually could generate the footage themselves during test missions or whatever for relatively little money, and then just make it available to anyone who wants to use it. Generic shots, we've got a shot from the right, planes banking left. Is that what you want? Yeah, that is really not outside, is it? That's so obviously in a studio.
The thing about being set on a train is there's large patches of this where there's nothing to talk about, right?
Oh, I don't know. There's some crappy computer effects going on here. I always love it when they created like operating systems in movies where they couldn't have in Jurassic Park you see them using an Apple Mac, but it's always often the case. You just sort of see this software they have to design to make it visually tell the audience what they're doing, but ultimately doesn't really make much sense as someone using it themselves.
Why the fuck is she putting lipstick on in a toilet?
Yeah, I think she's allowed to use the toilet and she's put lipstick on. I don't know. Now this is deployed as a distraction now, isn't it?
Maybe Sigal was like, okay, if we're going to be in a room together and I'm going to flirt with you, you're going to have to be more attractive than this, love. So sort yourself out.
I'm going to be the camera operator for that bit.
There'll be no one else in the room with us. The window will be closed.
There was a proper, I think earlier on, maybe it might happen a bit later, where Sigal doesn't do one chop. He uses two hands. Proper judo chop, whack. Yeah.
This film would be improved with Roger Moore, right?
As the villain?
No, as Steven Seagal.
As the villain? Oh, I'd love to see him as the villain.
He'd have a lot more one-liners, wouldn't he, Sigal? Roger Moore, in his take.
He'd probably move more quickly too.
I've had a suntan all my life.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's some really bad.
Yeah, see here? It's like green spill.
But they've also
lighting.
Really knocked the contrast out of the primary shot as well, not just the plates.
This is where it gets a bit crap with the compositing, with the background plates.
Yeah, the light's all wrong.
So it's not badly composite, it's just the lighting's not right.
Yeah.
But there's so much going on that,
Yeah. Because, if you're supposed to be looking at what they're doing, not what's going on in the background, but that's kind of happens.
You're literally not meant to be looking out the window while you're watching this film.
Yeah.
Why is it so dark everywhere? I was thinking that a minute ago when the bad guys are in their carriage looking at the computer screen. The only light comes from the computer screen.
Well, they're in dark territory.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, lights go out.
That's great. That is great.
Miniature there. Sweet.
The scaling of the explosions is really impressive, isn't it? I don't know how they've done it.
Yeah, because often, fire or, smoke sort of gives it away, doesn't it? Like water's the worst one to give it away. Like watching Thunderbirds.
But when you say they're miniatures, how miniature?
It's 1/8 scale.
1/8,
so it's pretty big then. Pretty big miniatures. Also, they coined the phrase, didn't they, for Lord of the Rings? Bigatures. Just whoppers.
I wonder if there's a certain type of incendiary device that they use that gives a more sort of, I don't know, like a smaller scale, more dense explosion or something
I think
like
you're
that.
Right.
Is that a thing?
There's a thing.
Never heard about that before.
Yeah, there is. I can't remember what ingredients they use, but they would. Final example of that was in Oppenheimer. They used to simulate the sort of explosion, they'd use this,
So there probably are experts in not just blowing stuff up, but blowing stuff up with slightly different effects. Obviously there's plenty of people whose job it is to blow shit up.
Watch like a Michael Bay film. All the explosions are like fireworks. They're always the same type of explosion. It's weird. I think a big banger would do. So,
that's really, this is where I start focusing on the effects. It's so impressive though, that final sequence and explosion.
oh, it's nuts. I love how we get Sigal's like, yeah, get on that that ladder that's dangling from that helicopter. I don't think any of us would be like, yeah, that sounds fine. I'm pretty useless at climbing up ladders.
I couldn't even stand on top of that train.
Rope ladders are fucking impossible.
I got vertigo playing Grand Theft Auto the other day. Seriously, that's how bad my...
Sean's better than Sigal.
I mean, everyone is doing the physical stuff better than Sigal.
Yeah, it's funny. Everett McGill's like a legit actor. He's not even meant to be a muscle guy or a sports guy, but he looks so much fitter than Sigal does.
They do a speed up later on where Sigal flips over the second henchman. I forgot his name now. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of a Bond film with Sean Connery where they speed up off the odd punch, Oh, that was a good death when she hit the train. Nice. I thought the pilot was Lou Ferrigno then.
Oh yeah, it does look like Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
That facial expression.
Which is great because they've set up a trap, haven't they? So he throws her.
It is weird. That Sigal and Ebert review is kind of like, oh, he's not as good as he is in the first one. He isn't, he's not very... And it's kind of like, this is almost the same performance, right? I can't really see much difference.
With all due respect, I know that they are legends, especially in America, but I've almost never agreed with anything either of them have ever said.
No, you watch it for the arguments.
That's right, yeah. You watch them to get really bitter, about
and
stuff.
Siskel's such a wally.
Siskel was very old-fashioned, I think. Ebert was a bit more...
Yeah, he's much worse than Ebert. At least seems likeable and like he cares and he knows what he's talking about. We've just got different opinions, but Siskel's just weird.
See, that was his kind of like choking and stuff. This should be like, okay, we'll direct this scene. We're going to show how good he is. He's just going to grab him, go break his neck really quick. Do anything quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like, that should have been the conclusion to a longer fight with a more important henchman for it to get that kind of time dedicated to him slowly choking him.
Because like in the first one, he fights Tommy Lee. It's like bash, bash, bash. Then woof, knife in the head. Like really quick impact. Super kill. You want to do that for every kind of movement thing he does, because to sort of liven up a Aikido fight, you need a sort of finishing payoff, and it's got to be brutal. Not a slow chokehold.
Yeah, it's just not cinematic.
Well, he makes the guy poo himself.
Well, the main bad guy's death is pretty underwhelming as well, isn't
it? It's memorable.
This one has two terrible digital effects coming up, and the main bad guy happens for a brief second, but it's literally a photo of him like this, which they animate like that. It's like a GIF, right? And then somehow he survives and he climbs up the ladder and he's on fire, but the animated fire is like 2 frames of animation as well. Oh, it's bad, but it's so good. It's so good.
There's a bit before that I remember as well when he gets involving a window. I can't remember.
He falls out the window, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that being edited in such a way that it just completely ruined it.
Oh, that it's fine. I remember that being fine.
More focus on this feud would have been good.
Hasn't he got to the front of the train yet?
Well, look how slowly he's walking.
I did love it earlier on with Sigal's on top of the train in the sun. He had to do so much squinting. I suppose he couldn't see, just like that, eyes closed. You just squint through a lot of this movie.
I mean, you say he's sort of like overweight. I mean, he looks good,
Yeah,
I don't think, because if he piled on the weight, you'd see it in his face as well. He's not like big.
Yeah, I don't want to I'm not fat shaming him. It's just funny that he's wearing a girdle because he's meant to be tough guy action hero. That's why it's funny, not because.
Oh yeah, sure, but I mean,
I think costume design wise, I think it's wise for him to be all in black. I think it works.
Yeah,
He's going to a funeral.
I think he looks good.
That's why.
It's just that his face is the problem.
Who pulled the pin on this one? He's like.
One movie type I don't remember ever seeing, not executed in like a really, like the way that they do modern action movies, just very kind of linear and very set up and execute. A movie where the hero has to get from one end of a train to the other end of the train, and each carriage presents different challenges and different villains and
like
different
a video game, isn't it?
things to have. Yeah, like Game of Death or something like that, which is
up the pagoda. Yeah.
There are or The Raid would probably be a better example.
Yes,
but there's what you got? You got Snowpiercer and you got
Snowpiercer, I suppose.
Bullet Train. Bullet Train's fucking terrible. I fucking hate Bullet Train.
Is that the Brad Pitt film?
Oh my god, it's dog shit. Fuck me. And that is one of those instances where you can literally see they had one set and they just redressed it for each bit. It's just
that film goes bonkers at the end with the whole train crash.
I quite liked that.
Oh,
I really
right.
Well, I don't really regularly say this, but you're wrong, Rob.
It was, I'm not saying it was good. I'm saying I liked it, and I only liked it because I loved the performance of the guy. What's his name? As Aaron Taylor Johnson. Is that his name? Yeah,
no.
I really liked him.
No.
Oh, Sigal actually looking like he was in trouble there.
So this is the big knife fight.
Yeah, it's only quick though. It's only a quick fight where it's a good move he does where he just like chops his wrist and you get the knife out. Here you go, watch in a second. It's quite a good little technique.
Yeah,
like
that's exactly the kind of that's very Aikido.
Yeah. Now they speed up the footage in a second. He will spin him over, but he does all this stuff with his hands to try and cause some confusion in a second. It just looks fucking ridiculous. So what are you doing?
Well, he gets this. Yeah, he's got this huge meat cleaver, and then he sort of like waves his hands in front of him, and you're like, you could hack through his hands. You know that?
Yeah. He's like he's voguing in front of it.
It's what 12-year-olds do to look cool.
But that's the.
I know what I'm doing.
That's the job, isn't it? That's the job, to look terrified at Steven Seagal and not really do anything because you're shitting yourself because it's Steven Seagal. I mean, what's he doing?
Flailing his arms around.
He's literally just like going, oh my God, he's got hands. Do you know what I mean?
But it's got
Hans Gruber.
He's got no weapon. It doesn't matter. If you've got a fucking great big sharp thing, it doesn't matter if you're hitting his hand or his arm or his face.
Hack
It's all
him
good.
down the middle of his fucking head, isn't it? Nobody beats me in the kitchen, even though I've already admitted I'm not very good at cooking. Fucking.
All Sigal can do is beans on toast.
He is a bean on toast. No.
Get my beans on toast out the oven.
That was the bit where because the bad guy's like, oh, you can't stop me. You can't stop it now. And then Sigal just shoots the phone that's attached to the laptop. He goes, oh, I didn't think of that. He falls out the window. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Shot through the laptop.
Yeah. Oh, this film should be labelled as a comedy. Steven Sigal. Grenades are always a bit crap in films, aren't they? They never do as much damage as you expect them to do.
Well, and also the rules change film to film.
Yeah.
They never deal with the fragmentation of grenades in movies. It's always just a blast wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a horrendously bad... Maybe it's a comp shot or something as he goes through the window.
Okay. Here we go. So fire the satellite. Okay, ping.
Hey. It's like they're watching it on a screen. Oh, it's not that bad actually. It's
It just falls out.
just a bit awkward. You don't really see it happen.
But this is the bit though. Okay, Nick, you got to look out. Bottom left of the frame with the bad guy hanging on for dear life. Here we go. Coming up. Oh, wow. Then you got to see Sigal run down the carriage at a very leisurely pace. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
It is a great running shot.
Look at this miniature. It's incredible. Does this very slowly.
Oh my god. A leisurely jog.
Oh, I can't believe how good the smoke and flames
Yeah,
are.
it looks brilliant.
Oh, that is truly spectacular. So now, what's it? Now they're going to pick up Sigal. He's going to jump and grab onto the ladder.
Oh, but I see what you
And
mean. That CGI train there was not very good. Was it CGI? That looked CGI.
Yeah, but the guy's hanging on, right? He climbs up and he gets caught on fire. And he shuts the door, chops his fingers off. But then you see him on fire. It's one of the worst composite shots. Oh, look at that stuff.
I swear, even when Sigal is actually at the location, it looks like he isn't. Ooh.
Oh, it's so bad.
They layered an explosion over an explosion then, and the mat around the explosion didn't look right. Oh no, the scale is all wrong there as well. They shouldn't have slowed that shot down. It didn't hold up at all.
They had to slow those shots down because they had to speed up Steven Seagal running, so they had to even it out somewhere.
Yes, this is Kilo 505 November Mike. Denver, come in. Sir, there's a message coming in. I'll patch it through.
Casey Redback. Casey Redback.
Oh, brilliant.
Without knowing back then that he was a monster, you know. I mean, I had a lot of goodwill for him, but he was never my guy. Do you know what I mean?
No, never my guy. Van Damme was my guy, along with Arnie and Stallone. Van Damme at this point, this age, is all Van Damme for me.
Yeah, this was the end of Seagal meaning anything really after this for me. The Glimmer Man onwards, nothing really grabbed me.
Well, they just started, pairing him up with rappers, didn't they? And it was like,
Yeah.
that's what we'll do. And then he started talking in Ebonics. It was fucking nuts.
Digital photography by Alexander Witt. That's interesting.
What's his accent in this film?
Oh,
I
well,
think-
he doesn't talk street in this one like he does in Under
Oh
Siege.
my God, that's so embarrassing, isn't it? I forgot. Yeah.
Well, there's no Latinos, I suppose. That's what it's.
Yeah.
He just adopts the accent of the people he's around, doesn't he? Or he adopts the accent he thinks they should have.
To be fair, Quentin Tarantino does that.
Well, they were going to do. They were going to do a third one, weren't they? There was always talk he was going to do Under Siege 3, and if you look online, there's various kind of like topics of like or what the plot would be, or they were starting to do. But then I think like, even like 5 years ago, he was like maybe before he's halfway into the middle of his straight to video movies. He was talking about number 3, but he was so bloated and big by that point. You couldn't. What would he be doing in number 3? Like,
Well, they were going to. Warner Brothers wanted to make a third one straight away after this initially, didn't they? But I think the cumulative effect of all Steven Seagal's stupid bullshit and the way he behaved on this and Deadly Ground, essentially, they lost patience with him. I think.
the next few movies he did are still Warner Brothers films.
Well, he had the contract, didn't he? But it was cancelled early. It was. It might have even been a case where I want to say that they were distributed by Warner's, but there was no. He was no longer under contract to them after this movie.
Sure, he was.
I could well be wrong.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a Steven Seagal box set, and it was all Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Then that had Glimmer Man on Deadly Ground.
Yeah.
And then you think he went to Sony? I think Sony always pick up the actors who are sort of fell off the radar. That's what happened to Van Damme. He goes to Sony. But yeah, again, I think that's a lot of fun. Under Siege 2 I think it's very silly and I think it's very entertaining. Great villains, great kind of sort of, actors who should have bigger roles are just playing kind of just secondary villains or third or fourth tier. You know what I mean?
And it's got momentum to it. Like when it starts, it doesn't really stop.
Yeah. It's really well paced. It's not. I don't know, man. I don't even think it's necessarily a comedy bad movie. It's both.
It's not.
It's the best of both worlds.
It's not. But for me, it's kind of like a bog standard action film. When you've got Stallone and Schwarzenegger, going off around him, then it's kind of like.
But if you think about in '95, what was Stallone and Arnold doing? Stallone was doing Assassins, which wasn't particularly good.
Oh yeah, but
and Arnold.
Eraser.
You can't isolate Assassins. You can't isolate Assassins. He did a film a year. He did kind of like Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, Judge Dredd, Assassins, the Specialist. Daylight. He was just hammering them out. I can put up with one kind of mediocre Sylvester, and I loved that at the cinema. Assassins, I loved it. And Schwarzenegger had kind of like peaked with True Lies, really, and then it was all downhill after that. Eraser was
once he became pregnant,
Yeah, well, I mean,
that was a ridiculous movie.
I would say that he puts in a really good performance in Kindergarten Cop, but the Junior was never really that good, was it?
I never even saw that.
Oh yeah, it was kind of like Hugh Grant's 9 Months. It was kind of like, it's awful, really. But
I'm just sort of kind of thinking that the mindset in '95 when what were the other big action stars doing? I mean, Stallone was pumping out these 3 movies that year.
They were like Sylvester Stallone was just fucking on such an amazing role. It was great. When was Eraser? Because I didn't really like that in the cinema, but I've watched it.
That was '96.
Yeah,
it was 96,
I've watched that since, and I think it does improve with age.
Yeah, I mean, as a teenager, I just loved it when Arnie grabbed those rail guns at the end.
Right, yeah.
That was cool.
And your luggage.
Your luggage.
Well, everyone, that is the end of the commentary. I hope you all enjoyed it. Me and the boys will be back next month for the horror season. So,
oh right, I thought you were going to say we're doing exit wounds.
Oh God, no. We're definitely going with horror next month. So yes, look out for those and take care, everyone, and goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.